The danger of excuses. Excuses hurt you. They hurt your manifestation, they hurt your going forward, and they derail your plans. There are lots of dangers in excuses. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I am Ann Morrison. This is Ascension Studios. Welcome to Morning Meditation. Excuses. Okay. Here's kind of how this doohickey works. When I go in, say, to work, and I miss something because I was asked to go over here and do something else. Now, that has the potential for an excuse and a blame. But what does that do to my subconscious and my energy if I do that? First of all, it takes the power away from me. And if I am taking away my own power, how is my own power supposed to be strong enough to create something in the energy of the universe? I have just given it away like it's nothing. Because I'm thinking that this boss person or this person who could tell my boss is going to cause trouble. Hey, trouble's going to happen. What you say is, I got caught up. You say, I'll go do it. See, I went right to excuse too, not even thinking. It is so easy to fall into, well, why didn't you do this? Does it matter? I got caught over there and I forgot. That's why. And I'm going to go forward and I'm going to do it now. There's always why, but the why really doesn't always matter. How many times are you explaining a why that didn't need any explanation? And how much stronger is it for you, for yourself, to say, I'm going to handle it now. I screwed up? Okay, let's go handle it. First of all, you give yourself permission for having made a mistake. You don't blame and make somebody else more powerful than you are. And you take a forward action, which is a very strong thing. And as a person who manages people, I tell you, it's nice when somebody says, hey, this is the way it is. This is how I feel. This is what's going on. But not as an excuse, as if you want to understand, I'll tell you. What am I going to do about it? I mean, that's the big question here. And it's a big question in your life too. How do we jump over the hurdle of, well, it was because of, into what I'm going to do is, or, well, if so-and-so hadn't asked me to go over there, how about I got sidetracked, I'm getting on it now. You don't need an excuse, you don't need an explanation, you handling it, you're going forward. It's like an obstacle course of ways that I pattern myself to provide an excuse or an explanation, to look for a person to blame, to throw all this on. And when it comes down to it, okay, take the worst scenarios in the world. Did I put love and kindness into the world today? So did something else meet me during my day? Could I have done something I didn't do? Sure, absolutely. Did I make a choice that I'm going to handle this business instead of sending love in the world today because at that point it seemed like the most important thing to do? Okay, then own that. I made a choice that today this business was more important than taking a moment to send some love and kindness into the world. Give yourself permission to be human, and give yourself, you start off with an excuse, see if you can catch yourself. And let's make it, okay, did you ask why? Why? Because I got sidetracked. If they want more, they'll ask for more. The shortest explanation, get to the result. That's the best thing you can hope for. But we've been having this thing in the company where people are assuming a worst case scenario instead of being able to picture that these are just scenarios. They're not worst case scenarios. And every scenario has the possibility for 10, 20 different reasons that it came to be. So, what are the 20 different solutions? 40 different solutions? What are the solutions that are the most respectful and kind to yourself and to the world? And how do I spend less time excusing my behavior and more time understanding, okay, I wasn't there, I screwed up, let's handle it, got it done, got it, it's handled. It's a really hard transition to make in your mind, and no matter how much work I've done, I say I have to stumble over one or ride the hurdle of another every single day. And so I still constantly put the effort into making sure that those choices are more powerful than the choices of the things that I have been doing for 56 years. Training your own brain doesn't mean it's not going to screw up. And you can't go making yourself into something smaller than you are because of an error or a mistake. They're super, super important to make. Our life is so much better for the mistakes that we have made. And as soon as you say, oh, damn, I screwed up, I made a mistake, I'm an awful person, blah, 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 blah. You also killed your energy, killed your manifestation, killed your outlook on the world, killed everybody's energy in the room, and but being consciously aware and catching yourself half the time, it's a good start. It's a really, really good start. So we're going to do that in our meditation today. We're going to make sure that we recognize that those choices are available. We're going to ask our mind to get us into a decision mode when we are confronted. And then we can decide, take a few seconds, and breathe. Then answer. And it's amazing how much thinking you can do in one well-placed breath. And as a manager of people myself, I really appreciate when the people that I'm talking to take a moment and take a breath, then give me the truth. And sometimes it's hard to get to the truth. We have patterned so much negativity into this world that we don't need. We have patterned excuses in the world for being human and making mistakes like we're supposed to. We have patterned blame into this world to try to avoid confrontation, instead of figuring out how to do confrontation well. It's going to happen. And There is an importance to stand on your own 2 feet and to have your own opinions. That also means that the more that you stand firm, the more you recognize that everyone else in your life has a right to do the same. And they may stand firm. And instead of us getting into these huge friggin' arguments, there used to be a thing that was done in society where we agree that we disagree. And you know, we don't have to tread that ground if we don't want to. We can choose to take conflict out of our life by having friends that we don't talk about certain things with, or by conflict is important too. We find new avenues, new ways through conversation and getting multiple people's opinions. So it's not always the right thing to avoid conflict either. And it's important to recognize if we choose to not avoid the conflict, that someone else has the right to do the same. So, are your choices bringing you the manifestations in your life that you choose? Let's make sure they're in there nice and solid. And let's give ourselves a breath when confronted. Let's make a conscious choice about the way that we want to respond in this scenario. And then let's go forward as us, respecting that what we give is also what we receive. Okay, let's start off in our voice. This is where our opinions and our interactions with the world happen. This is where we try to talk our way over, around, under, through the obstacles of blame or excuse. There is no necessity to prove your worth to another person. You are already worth everything. You are vital and you are important. And your journey is to give you and the gifts that you have to the world. Just like mine. Voice. If we take a moment with our voice, opens up the window of opportunity for a choice instead of just a reaction. How many times have we just reacted? What the hell are you talking about? You don't know nothing. So, voice. Let's bring it down. Self-care, love, ego, filter, and connect to the earth. Be part of the conversation. Allow yourself to be the conduit between the solid and tangible and the ether above. And feel them both intermingling as all of your frequencies, vibrations, and colors are also singing together in this beautiful song of life. Bring it up. Third eye, crown open, unconditional love, wisdom, all of that untangible, important shiz. Let's go into the mind palace. Let's calm the tornado. See the doors? All these doors are synapse choices that we can make that affect our behavior by our choice. Windows of opportunities. How many times when we could have taken a breath and chosen what to say, did we stop our own forward movement or manifestation by immediately being defensive or confrontative? And yeah, we have all done it. So you are not immune. None of us are. We're humans. How many wonderful mistakes did we beat ourselves up for instead of realize the wonderful learning gift that it was? And all the drains on the bottom, as we keep putting more good, more self-management, more real solid choices and awareness into our life, all that stuff that's stuck in there that's getting in the way of the flow of our energy can move out and drain from our system and our body and our life. You flood the heck out of it and it goes. And you flood it with good, and you flood it with choice, and you flood it with thought and contemplation, and hey, a little bit of kindness to yourself and to the other person. We're going to go into this door over here. Open up that door. We have a pathway that takes us to immediate reactivity. And we have another pathway right beside it that allows us a second to breathe and choose to not excuse our behavior, because it needs no excuse. To not blame, because we own our own power. And to find the right words to express without those two things what it is we have to say. I missed it, I'll handle it. I wasn't there, I'll get it done. Super simple, super quick. The people react to a certainty of action. People react to an ownership of self. It's a confidence. And you know, it's sexy as all hell. Super sexy. And it inspires confidence in others. And it helps to fuel your own manifestations in your life. It drives your abundance. It helps you to see the opportunities in front of you and gives you the balls to jump on them. That's really at the core of you. Giving yourself worth and value that you should have had all along, and you accepted someone else's bad opinion of you or your own bad opinion of you. And so, okay, we take the time and we reaffirm, not in a bragging way, reaffirm in a quiet, confident way, we are worth everything. We are deserving of abundance and kindness and care. We are loving and we deserve love in return. We're capable, competent, and able. We don't need those. keep getting in our damn way. And yeah, I'm speaking because I have a problem with this. Not just you guys, it's me too. And I constantly go back in and I constantly make this bridge more attractive than that one. And I sweep away the edges of that bridge. It's thinner, it's more rickety, a little scary looking. Rickety, scary looking bridge over the gorge over here. Or this really lovely, can drive down it, flowers and wonderful arbors with plants on it. Bridge of, I'm good. I am fine with having not been there. It doesn't matter why. I'm fine with going forward in the right direction. I own myself. I own my humanness. I own my worth and my value, my independence, and my connectivity. And it all happens on that beautiful bridge. I think I hang some Christmas lights today. Let's hang them up there so it's all sparkly. That's a nice looking bridge. All right. Back into the center at the Mind Palace. Voice in wonderful form. Given to one breath of thought before a positive reaction to every scenario in life, wherever possible. I'll bring it up, connect to the ether and the universe, download your next step, feel your worth and your value. It is not diminished by anything anyone else has done. They can't dim your light. It shines exactly as strong as theirs. All of us are important. Our selves, our gifts, our abilities are vital. Bring it down. Feel the harmonizing of the frequencies. Keep that back nice and straight so you got a really good channel from ear to tail. And connect to and be part of the conversation of the earth. Get yourself grounded a little bit today. Oh. And go forward unapologetically as you. Perfect. The way you are. Namaste.